arms. If you take my history of East Asian costume, we will talk about the origins of this pants and jacket ensemble in relation to nomadic dresses. But here is my final question. What do you think their arms look broken? Do you see what I'm saying? Like a sort of a V-shaped like arms here. What does that mean? Anybody?
Does that mean the sleeves were like very long and they hung over the edge of the arm?
Yes, the sleeves are, meant to be really long, almost touching the ground. So these are dancers' clothes. It's not like ordinary clothes. Like women probably have a little bit longer sleeve, but you fold it up and then you can have your hands, slightly shown. But these are elaborately long, like intentionally long. If they put the arms down, in historical record, they usually say it touches the ground. It's really long. Yeah, it's in order to accentuate the dancer's move. So inside, their actual arms would be up to here, but they have a wooden stick. So that when they have like these throwing gestures in the air, it looks a little bit more flowy and accentuated. So usually they have like a little wooden stick in the hand. This form of dance still continues in Joseon Dynasty as well. So in Dancer's Tomb, another remarkable painting is this one, the scene of hunting. This is really marvelous. Can anybody describe what this means?
They're hunting.
They are hunting, but can you mention a little bit about, can you describe like a difficulty of this gesture? What is this painting insinuating?
Is it showing their archery, the hunter's archery, and able to get the animals that they're hunting for?
Yes, and do you feel that they are really good at it? Remarkably good at it?
Yeah, because the animals are moving and it seems like they're like jumping. So and they're still like able to catch them because they're like spraying. They're like spread out. So it's harder to catch them. So you know that they have a lot of skills if they're able to catch them and the animals are they're not in place. They're moving.
Exactly, you explained it really well. The reason I was drawing these lines is because look at their tails. Do you see the tails like really, straight, parallel in the air? So what does that mean? They are running at a really, really fast speed. Do you feel it? And also animals, wild animals, if they are chased, right? They are also going to run really, really fast. But these horsemen, like for example, he was chasing, but the stag changed the direction and running to the opposite direction. Then what does he do? Without losing any instant, he just turned his body backward and then shooting at this stag. And is he holding the horse? I mean, is he holding the bridle of the horse? I don't know whether he's tied his body, to the bridle or not. In this case, you can see he's holding this, and then he can still shoot the arrows. But Goguryeo people are mentioned in Chinese historical texts as incredible hunters. And Chinese people, mention that they are very good warriors and archers. So somehow, we see the historical evidence of these amazing archers in Goguryeo wall painting. And then the celestial beings means the heavenly sky in the ceiling decoration. Swirling lines and clouds and trees, and scholars agree that this type of like sort of a small mushroom style or like how do you call it, parsley style leaves. These are related to 5th century landscape painting style of China and East Asia overall. East Asia. So they probably hired a skillful painter who could paint on the silk, and then they also provided the drawings for the wall painting. So now if you come to the end of wall painting period, that is mainly late 5th or 6th century. So 6th century is toward the end of wall painting. And then you are going to have 4 guardian animals. Can anybody explain 4 guardian animals? You've watched this in the documentary, right? How are these animals related to the tomb decoration?
Professor, they're they are, hold on, let me point. They are the 4 the gods that protect them, and there's 4. So there's one that's a black tortoise, and it protects the north, and it shows like yin and yang. And then there's another one that's a dragon, and it's for the east. And then there's one that's a white tiger, and it repels bad energy and evil spirits, and that's for the west. And then there's a bird, and it's for the south, and it carries a stone in its mouth. So those are the 4 that lead the dead, and to be immortal and lead them to heaven. So that's after they die. Those are the 4 that help the dead transfer to the afterlife.
Thank you so much. So in the beginning of wall painting in Goguryeo, you are going to see a lot of scenes of daily life, like processions or portraiture. But if you come toward the end of 5th and then the 6th century, you no longer see those many paintings. You only see 4 of them, 4 cardinal directions, like animals that symbolize 4 cardinal directions, auspicious animals that can protect the souls of dead people in the afterlife. So this is more like an influence of Chinese philosophy. And this means, the Goguryeo ruling class people became very much familiar with the Chinese philosophy of afterlife. So they share this common mythology. But after this period, eventually all the wall painting disappears. There is no more wall painting decorations. So, the fashion or style changes. And the reason is related to the introduction of Buddhism. So this is what I am going to explain more next week, introduction of Buddhism. So as our fellow student mentioned, so these 4 cardinal characters are related to each directions. So here, the dragon of the east, white tiger of the west, but they both look like a dragon, more or less. And then the phoenix is a bird to the south, and then black tortoise is a snake of the north. So other than this phoenix, all of these 3 guardian figures, they look some sort of like dragons with long tails. It's a tortoise plus snake, and this, they say tiger, but it's not really a tiger. They still have this long tail and some scales or like a sort of a pseudo wings, and then this is really dragon. So this is the after toward the end of wall decorations. So great tomb of Gangseong, early 5th century tomb, and then so there is no more that descriptive painting of everyday scenes. So these are symbols of auspiciousness and authority. But after that, you don't see any wall paintings.